The grifters are out in effect, folks, and using Caitlin Clark to get their clicks. A player that they keep taking a shit on, yet they will spread their legs anytime they can or bend the fuck over whenever it comes down to getting some clicks and using Caitlin Clark's name to get it done for them. It's pathetic, man. We're seeing it happen all over the WNBA. We're seeing it with people like, I don't know, Jason Whitlock, who's now flipping his stance on her. He's become freaking pathetic individual number one. All of a sudden, he hates Caitlin Clark. All of a sudden, he hates the NFL. All of a sudden, he is an Angel Reese fan. You know what's funny? He couldn't bear to give Angel Reese a compliment last year, including insulting people that came on his podcast. Yeah, I remember that really, really well. He insulted people that gave her a compliment. And now here he is on X complimenting Angel Reese, saying that she acted mature when she picked up her fourth foul and didn't have a crash out. I guess he missed the game on Sunday against Isabel Harrison. And he says this because now his goal is to take shots at Caitlin Clark every time he can, even when it's abundantly clear that she doesn't commit a foul that she gets called for while her coach stands on the sideline with her arms crossed. And then in the fourth quarter picks up her fifth foul on another close call, maybe not a foul, maybe a foul. But the third one was definitely not a foul. And her coach just stood there on the sideline, letting her pick up a third foul. He's one of the grifters. And there are so many other grifters, but the grifter we're talking about right now is someone by the name of Hunter Cruz. Hunter Cruz, let's make him famous. Let's make Hunter Cruz famous, man. Hunter Cruz works for Bleacher Report. And this grifter, this guy, I mean, folks, when you make top 10 lists, top 100 lists, top 20 lists, top whatever list, you might actually take some time to look some stuff up and pay attention and watch some games. Because, quite honestly, I don't even know who the fuck Hunter Cruz is. Hunter Cruz. Who are you, Hunter Cruz? Who is Hunter Cruz? Oh, Hunter Cruz looks like a homosexual boy. Oh my good. What is he, 12? Oh Lord have mercy. This is Hunter Cruz. Is this a joke? Yeah, he fits the freaking population, bro. This is Hunter Cruz. This is Hunter Cruz. This is Hunter Cruz's. He's a draft analyst for Bleacher Report. I mean, you've got to be crazy, bro. You got to be kidding me, bro. I misspoke. You got to be kidding me, bro. This is Hunter Cruz. I don't know who the fuck this is. This kid looks like he's like 15 years old. He's obviously not. But from the looks of it, he looks like he's part of that community that doesn't like Caitlin Clark. He's part of that LGBTQ crew that doesn't like Caitlin Clark. Yeah, that's him. You want to know why I bring him up and I show you who he is? Yeah. Uh, wow. Crazy. Actually, looking a little bit deeper, he's a junior at Georgia State. He is a junior. It looks like he's a junior in college at Georgia State. Wow. But anyhow, let's get to why we're here. Let's get to why we're here. He came up with a top 25 of the WNBA players. And this guy just wants some fucking attention. So I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to give you your attention, Hunter. You wanted attention, you're going to get it. And now you get to talk about it. Let's take a look at this shit. This is his top 25 list. And I'm telling you right now, you got to be kidding me, brother. You've got to be kidding me. Look at this crap. I'd like to see where he ranked people, but I didn't look at this one. Let's see where he ranked people before the season began. Just for comparisons. Let's just take a look at where he ranked everybody before the season began. So here he's got Skylar Diggins at 25, Gabby Williams, Satu Copper, Veronica Burton. Ryan Howard Angel Reese at 20, Alana Smith 19, Ryan Howard 18, Chelsea Gray 17, Bree Jones 16, Kayla McBride 15, Nneka Ogwumike 14, Sabrina at 13, Jonquel Jones 12, Kelsey Plum 11, Jackie Young at 10, Aaliyah Boston at 9. Kelsey Mitchell at 8. Brianna Stewart at 7. Alicia Gray at 6. Paige Becker's at 5. Caitlin Clark at 4. Wow. Alyssa Thomas at 3. Nafisa Collier at 2. How are you ranking Nafisa Collier? That girl ain't going to play till goddamn August. And Asia Wilson at 1. So that's the list. Remember this list. Remember where he's got Paige. Remember where he's got all these different players. Look at where Brianna Stewart is. Look at where all these players are. Look at where they are. Okay? Remember it. Remember it very well. There's some players that were rookies that are not even on this list, by the way. So now let's jump into the new list because that is now what you need to see because this is a guy here who's really begging for some clicks. He really is. He needs it. So here we go. Let's talk about it. Let's make this man let's answer some questions, man. Answer some questions. Brother, Carla Leite is now top 25. Sonia Citron is 24. Brittany Sykes is 23. Jonquel Jones dropped from 22 to 12. Kayla McBride is at 21. She's dropped 6 spots. NECA's dropped 6 spots. Jackie Young's dropped 9 spots. Chelsea Gray is at 18. Aaliyah Boston's gone from 9 to 17. Angel Reese has moved up. Interesting. Then we go here. Kelsey Mitchell's dropped 7 spots. Veronica Burton's jumped up 7 spots. Let's take a quick look at the difference between Veronica Burton and Kelsey Mitchell. All respect to Veronica Burton. Veronica Burton is sitting here averaging freaking 14 points, 3.6 rebounds, and 5.7 assists. Kelsey Mitchell, and I'm not the biggest Kelsey Mitchell fan, but Kelsey Mitchell is currently averaging 20.8, 2.6 assists, and 1.4 rebounds. Now, you might value the 5.7 assists. You might. I mean, that's fine. But it's not like Kelsey Mitchell's not putting up 20, is literally third in the league in scoring. She's third in the league in scoring, man. How does a person who's third in the league in scoring go from being ranked 8th overall to I mean, how? To 15th? To 15th. Makes no sense. Alyssa Thomas is now 13th. Okay, their team is terrible. That's fine. Gabby Williams. What has Gabby Williams done to go from 24 to 12? So you got Veronica Burton at 14. Well, what about Gabby Williams? Gabby Williams statistically. So you have 2 of the top 14 players with Golden State Valkyries. Gabby Williams is averaging 16.3 points, 2.8, 3.7 boards, 2.5 assists. So tell me exactly how she's ahead of Kelsey Mitchell also. I mean, I'm sorry. If people were to ask you, if anybody was to ask you who you would select of those 3 players, I'm sure every single one of them would say Kelsey Mitchell. Like everybody. Right now. Right now. Let's get back to the list. This is where it gets outrageous. Look at this fucking nonsense. This guy has dropped Caitlin Clark to number 11. Caitlin Clark is number 11, folks. I mean, you cannot make this up. So she was 4th in his initial list. Realistically 3rd because, well, Nafisa Collier's not going to play probably most of the season. So apparently, having just won Eastern Conference Player of the Week, prior to tonight having won 5 of her last 6, leading the WNBA in assists, 4th in scoring, somehow 2nd most in terms of points created for her team. I'm going to guess that Kelsey Plum's probably number 1 this year because she's scoring 26 points a game. But 2nd most points created. She's had, I think, 230 in 10 games this year. She's had multiple double-doubles with assists. She's had 14 assist game already this season. This is what he has to say about Caitlin Clark. Clark has strengths that make her one of the best offensive engines basketball has ever seen. At the same time, her weaknesses are what's keeping her out of our top 10. You had her number 4. So you're telling me that 13 games of basketball this season or 14 games of basketball, whatever, because this was made on the 16th, which was 2 days ago. So they had played 14 games. So 14 games has completely altered your opinion of Caitlin Clark to have her now ranked as the 11th best player in the league. I, you know, it's one thing to dislike somebody, it's another thing to just lose your absolute mind. Because if you poll people, poll the GMs for that matter, and they gave you an order in which they would select their first player, I'm going to venture to guess that Caitlin Clark is at the very least, would be at least fifth, according to every GM, if they were to start their team today with one player. So they might pick Asia Wilson first, but at the very least, Caitlin Clark will be fifth on that list. At least she'd be first on mine, but I would guess that at least if you polled the GMs, they would have her at no worse than fifth. And you had her at fourth to start your season, but apparently 13 games of basketball, 13, 14 games of basketball. She's played 13 of the 14, now 14 of the 15. 13 of the 14 games, 13 games of basketball has completely shifted your opinion on something that we already knew before the season started. Let's start with the good. The passing is ridiculous. Hasn't changed. Whether she's making shots or not, Clark creates elite offense with her playmaking alone. She's also taken a step forward as a driver, getting to the free throw line more often and mixing in floaters. And as an off-ball shooter, she's been as dangerous as ever. So, okay. Now, the issues come on the other end and in her shot selection. So you just praised her for her shot selection, and now you're critiquing her for her shot selection. Clark has never been a value-added defender. Well, that's actually factually incorrect. See, that's factually incorrect, and I proved that already because there's defensive analytics that tell you via the WNBA that she's a top 25 defensive player in the league based on analytics and win shares. Defensive win shares. I didn't make the statistic up. The WNBA did. The WNBA has these analytics. So her defensive win share is in the top 25, ahead of a lot of players that are on this list, by the way. Okay. She has never been a value added defender, but this season she's been targeted in isolation more than any player in the league and has gotten into foul trouble because of it. Again, if you'd watched games, Hunter, you would know why she's gotten into foul trouble and you would know what's happened and the fact that the defense that the Indiana Fever play as a team is terrible. Their help side defense is awful. They don't seem to know what to do. So when she's in a one-on-one situation, well, guess what? They're attacking her because they're trying to draw fouls on her because the fouls in this league have changed. The freedom of movement rule has basically made any time you touch somebody a foul, except when it's Caitlin Clark. Because when she gets touched constantly, it takes about 3 or 4 touches before she finally gets a foul call. But when it's the other player, a gust of wind, and that player falls down. Even if that player wasn't touched by Caitlin Clark, the player falls down, and it's a foul call. And in those isolations, there's help side defense is absolutely pathetic. They don't help at all. They don't help at all. So, a bad team defensively, as they are, the Indiana Fever, somehow you've made it about Caitlin Clark when this is something we've already known about Caitlin Clark. We've known that she's not good on ball defensively, but now all of a sudden it hits you in the face because their team defense sucks. It's that their team defense is what's bad. Is she good on ball defender? No, not at all. And they're attacking it at every given chance because they're trying to get her out of the game because the fouls are being called at a ridiculous clip. I can guarantee you 2 years ago, most of the fouls that have been called on her this year would not be called. They would not have been called because a lot of them aren't really fouls. I would say that without a doubt. A lot of them are not fouls. But again, offensively, she's shooting just 25% off pull-up threes despite leading the league in. Who gives a shit? So because her three-point shooting on pull-up threes, specifically on pull-up threes, even though she's shooting 34% from three-point range, you specifically looked for what her percentage is from pull-up threes. Most of her pull-up threes, if you didn't know, are typically from about 30 feet out. I mean, that's not a high percentage shot for anybody. I would venture to guess if Asia Wilson shot a 30-foot pull-up three, she'd miss 4 out of 4. I would guess that if Angel Reese did, she'd miss 4 out of 4. I bet you if Navisa Collar did, she'd miss 4 out of 4. I would guess that if Sabrina Manescu did four pull-up threes in a row from 30 feet, she'd miss all 4 of them. She might be the only person that can make one besides Caitlin Clark. Paige would go 0 of 4. So you're using a specific statistic that has her shooting threes from the logo as a as a barometer for dropping her in this poll. Now let's continue on this because I want you to remember this. Caitlin Clark has dropped from 4 to 11, 7 spots. He has Jessica Shepard ahead of Caitlin Clark. I respect Jessica Shepard. In no world on earth is Jessica Shepard a better basketball player than Caitlin Clark. In no world. Like, we need to stop this. I don't give a damn what her numbers are. 13, 12, 14, 12, and 5.5. She's having a great year. She's having a great year. But we're not going to sit here and delude ourselves and just act like she's become better than Caitlin Clark. So you updated a list, and a player who's fourth in scoring and first in assists is now worse than someone who's not first or third in either of those categories. I guess she's probably second in the rebounding at 11.6. But this is ridiculous. I mean, and Shepard, who is the, I don't know, third option or fourth option on the team's offense behind Paige, Arike, AZ Fudd, and then maybe she's the third, but she's definitely not the first or the second scoring option on this team at all. Yet somehow you've got her now rated as, a top 10 player in the WNBA. She is right now the third leading scorer on their team. That's because AZ Fudd started off slow. Fudd's averaging 12.7 points per game, but she is the third leading scorer on this team. How in the world is the third leading scorer on the Dallas Wings, arguably the second or third best player, a top 10 player in the league? I got it. I understand. Let's move on. Courtney Williams. This is embarrassing. Courtney Williams. What has Courtney Williams done differently? 16.9 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, 4.1 assists. She's thriving in her natural role as a scoring guard. She's a 5'8" shooting guard, bro. The most ethical scorer in the league. I don't even know what that means. She shoots mid-range jump shots. He's using pull-up twos and 50. What the fuck? This is not logical, man. Courtney Williams? I like Courtney Williams. She's a good player. What are we talking about here? Again, the second best player on her team right now? The third when Nafisa Collier returns? I mean, some people would think Kayla McBride's better than Courtney Williams. I mean, she typically has been. Let's take a look at Courtney Williams real fast, just for shits and giggles. Courtney Williams is having her best year of her career right now. Best year of her career. Previously was in Atlanta at 16.5 points per game. She's having a much better season, so you got to give her credit. But the jumper from not being ranked to number 9 overall is laughable. It's laughable. It's laughable. And when Nafisa Collier shows up, her numbers are just going to go down. This is ridiculous. Number 8, Natasha Howard. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. So I'm sorry. I said second best player. She's the third best player on the team because now all of a sudden Natasha Howard is better than Caitlin Clark. I mean, think about this shit right now. Jessica Shepard, Courtney Williams, Natasha Howard are ranked ahead of Caitlin Clark. Look, I actually like Natasha Howard, and she's having a hell of a season. She's shooting layups. The numbers right here, 85% on layups on Howard screens, 17 of 20. She makes layups now. All of a sudden, she looks like an all WNBA player because she's playing with a point guard who's getting her the ball for layups and a coach who's allowing her to use her ability because Nafisa Collier is sitting on the sideline right now. That's the reality. And she's playing great basketball. I've said it. And this is what she could have looked like in Indiana had Caitlin Clark been healthy last year. If Stephanie White had used Natasha Howard as the pick and roll player and not Aaliyah Boston, because I think Natasha Howard's better than Aaliyah Boston. I've always thought that. But hey, number 8 now is Natasha Howard. This is embarrassing now. She's having a great year, but can we stop the shit? Can we stop the shit, bro? Can we stop it? Alicia Gray. So she drops from 6 to 7. Okay. Kelsey Plum. Obviously, she was going to jump in there from 11 to higher because she's averaging almost 27 a game. She's having a fabulous season. I mean, no, Kelsey Plum's having a legit ass fabulous season. She deserves to be up there. Do I think she's better than Caitlin Clark? No, but if I'm going to use the statistics of Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Plum, then Kelsey Plum should jump ahead of Caitlin Clark, even though Caitlin Clark is averaging 8.5 assists. Kelsey Plum's averaging 7 assists a game. So yeah, she probably is the one player. If you just multiply 7 times 2, that's 14. So she's the one that's ahead of Caitlin Clark for most points produced. So she deserves to be up there. She's earned that. I'm not going to argue with that one. She's having a great season. Great season. Best of her career. Ryan Howard, you got to be kidding me, bro. Like, stop it. Stop it. I like Ryan Howard also, actually, man. She's having a really good year. She's averaging almost 19 a game, still less than Caitlin Clark. She's averaging 3.7 boards, still less than Caitlin Clark. She's averaging 3 steals. They don't even put her assists up there because they're definitely less than Caitlin Clark. So Caitlin Clark's averaging more points, rebounds, and assists than Ryan Howard. Yet she's ranked 11 now. And Ryan Howard's magically jumped from 18 to 5. Ryan Howard's not a top 5 player in this league. Can we stop this shit? I've said time and time again that Ryan Howard is very athletic and could be one of the best players in the league if she plays a certain way. She's still not playing that way. 42.2% shooting. She's 6'2", 175, 180. With that physical specimen that she is, and she's still shooting 42%. Like, give me a break here. Like, what are we talking about? This is a joke, bro. This is a joke. She shoots nine threes a game. He's sitting here talking about the biggest difference in Howard's game has been her shot profile. Just 8.6 of her field goal attempts to come from mid-range. That's down 5.4 percentage points from 2024. Instead of selling for tough flip jumpers, she's turning a lot more of those looks into threes. That's actually backwards. That's backwards. So instead of shooting 2s, she's shooting 3s, so she's taking worse shots. Okay, that makes no sense. And yeah, she still is a shot chucker. I mean, that just hasn't changed. But again, another joke. Brianna Stewart from 7 to 4. Okay, move on. This is where it's Paige Beckers is now number 3. So she jumped from 5 to 3. And again, Caitlin has more points, more rebounds, and assists per game. I mean, she's 9 and 6 too. And what is Dallas? What is Dallas? Dallas is 9 and 6. The same damn record, same numbers, better numbers, same record. Wow, man. So somehow Paige got better than Caitlin Clark, even though she's having a worse statistical season than Caitlin Clark. I got it. Understood. This is just the corny bullshit that exists right here. I'm so sick of it. This is the one that's just complete joke, bro. I'm not sitting here dogging players. I need people to understand that. I'm not here to dog anybody out. This is about this idiot Hunter Cruz who clearly, I don't know, maybe he spends time watching women's basketball with a bunch of women's basketball players who don't like white Caitlin Clark. Notice you got Kelsey, you got Paige. There's no other white people in here. And Paige thinks she's not white and panders all day, and even Kelsey panders a whole lot. This is a joke. This is a joke. Olivia Miles. Olivia Miles is fantastic. Olivia Miles is fantastic. I'm not gonna say a different thing. Again, Caitlin averages more points, more assists. Olivia Miles is really good. She's also playing for the best coach in basketball, and now apparently has 4 of the top 25 players in the top 25, according to this guy, and 3 of the top 10, including her. She is a damn good player. They're judging her based on being a rookie. Because if you're judging her based on what they claim to be judging her on, which is they're saying she's better than Caitlin Clark, or a lot of people are saying that now. A lot of people that hate Caitlin Clark are saying that. She's not being held to the same standard. There's a standard difference that one is being held and the other one's not being held to, right? One player is being held to a standard that's here, another one's being held to a standard that's here. Caitlin Clark is expected to be here, and maybe she's not hitting there, she's hitting here. But Olivia Miles is expected to be here, and she's hitting here. but yet Caitlin is still here. So tell me exactly how this works. Caitlin averages more points and assists. I think 0.4 less rebounds. Caitlin Clark, if Caitlin Clark put up the last 4 games that Olivia Miles put up, for which they say that she's been absolutely fucking amazing, right? Caitlin Clark will get crucified for it. You don't believe me? Olivia Miles stats in the last 4 games. I find it ridiculous. So last game, 12 of 15, 4 assists, 5 turnovers, 31 points. If Caitlin Clark put up a 31-point, 5 turnover game with 4 assists and 4 rebounds, the people that hate Caitlin Clark would absolutely annihilate her. They would insult her, disgrace her, say that she's trash. The game before, Olivia Miles had 12 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, and 3 steals. If Caitlin Clark put up a game like that, she'd be called all kinds of names. It'd be unacceptable. Trash. The game before that, Olivia Miles had 29 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 6 turnovers. Can you imagine what would happen if Caitlin Clark had a 29-point, 1 assist, 6 turnover game? Are you kidding me? And I'm not criticizing Olivia Miles, by the way, because I thought she played fantastic yesterday. I watched it. I thought a 29-point game is a great game. It's a great game, but we're holding people to a different criteria. The criteria between these people is different. She's not guarded. Most of her shots, if you watched it yesterday, were wide open. It's almost like they let her go. Real shit. It's almost like they just let her go. So 29 points, 1 assist, 6 turnovers. Caitlin Clark commits 6 turnovers. She gets ripped. She sucks. She had a 21-14 game, and all they could say was she committed 6 turnovers. She had 14 assists. Olivia Miles had 1 assist and 6 turnovers. Game before that, 24 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 turnovers. Game before that, 19 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1 turnover. So, over a 4-game stretch, Olivia Miles has 16 assists and 18 turnovers. She is negative in the assist to turnover ratio. It's a negative. And she's scoring points. But Caitlin Clark is expected to have 8, 7, 8. If Caitlin Clark has 5 assists, she gets ripped for it. She gets criticized. And you got to rely on people making shots, right? And we know for a fact that, I know for a fact because I've seen it, her team misses about 10 layups a game. Again, Olivia Miles has been fantastic. I'm not criticizing Olivia Miles. I'm just putting the hypocrisy out there that exists, that if Caitlin Clark put up these exact same 4 games and they were and you could put their lines side by side and you put one picture up and the other picture up, Olivia Miles would be called great and Caitlin Clark would be called trash. So playing 13 good games or 14 good games or 15 good games, averaging 19, 4.9, and 5.7. Look, she's shooting exceptionally fucking well from the field, but she's getting wide open looks. Like her shots are all open. Like she's not being contested. That's just the truth. She's not having contested looks. And she's being put in an offense that works for her. Whereas Caitlin Clark is playing an offense that is literally designed to not help her and actually makes her a lot worse as a basketball player. It takes away freedom. Olivia Miles is playing free right now. She's playing like she the shit because she is the shit. But she's not better than Caitlin Clark. She's not better than Caitlin Clark on any day of the week. She wasn't the best player at Notre Dame. So imagine how good Hannah Hidalgo is. Imagine how good Hannah Hidalgo is that Olivia Miles wasn't the best player at Notre Dame. I just find it really ironic. And, she gets no criticism for never winning an NCAA championship. Hell, she never made it to a Final Four. She was on a Notre Dame team with her, Hidalgo, and freaking Sonia Citron, and they couldn't get to an Elite Eight. As far as I remember, definitely not a Final Four. Caitlin Clark went to back-to-back national championship games, and she gets criticized for it. There's a different criteria when it comes to these basketball players. They hold Caitlin to a different standard. The standard is the standard unless it's for Caitlin Clark. Now, number one, they got Asia Wilson, obviously. They got Asia Wilson. She's a killer, 26, 26'9". I'm not going to argue it. I'm not here to argue it. He didn't change it. Ask the question, is she having a better year than Olivia Miles, though? uh, Obviously, she's having a better year than Olivia Miles by numerically, but record-wise, Minnesota's better than Vegas right now, 12-3 to 11-4. Point being, you got a guy like this Hunter Cruz guy. Oh, you're cute, buddy. You're cute. Oh, and it turns out he also covers the Atlanta Dream. Oh, what do you expect? Oh my goodness. Because he does go to Georgia State, so he covers the Atlanta Dream for the WNBA draft for Title IX for the 9 basketball. Oh boy. Oh boy. Or he did at some point. This kid looks like he's like 12 years old, bro. It's cute. Make him famous. Maybe he'll come on my show. I don't know. I don't want him on my show. He can kiss my ass. People like this make me sick. People like this make me sick. They're grifters. They're looking for attention. How do you drop a player who's fourth in the league in scoring, and first in assists, and drop her 7 spots as if she's some piece of trash? You've got to be kidding me. But hey, y'all let me know what you think in the comments. I'm sure I'm going to have plenty of trolls come in this damn thing because they do all the time. But we all know the truth. Hit the like button. Let me know what you think. Comment. I need the comments. I need you to share this video. I need you to share it. But that's all I got. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hype the video. This is Indiana Fever Unfiltered. Powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.